This is what you wanted? This is what you wanted? To see me suffer like this? I'm going to get through today's video. I will, but I just have some things I need to say, to preface here. The Yankees, New York in your rat-infested city, Aaron Judge, his wife who can't not drink and drive, this team, Jimmy Fallon, you fake-ass Hollywood prick, you playing a Red Sox fan, and this whole time I thought you were a Red Sox fan. Turns out, yeah, you're perfect because you're a Hollywood prick. Suck Harvey Weinstein's fake ass visa. You, New York, Yankees, whoever that woman is in Fever Pitch, the love interest. I don't remember what her name is, but she's in that like cruise commercial or whatever. Holiday. You too. Frank Sinatra, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys. Thank you for being here. Subscribed or not, either way, welcome. I consider myself a very welcoming person. And if you haven't joined the 49% Elite Humans, consider hitting that button if you like the videos, as I'm not going to lie to you. I genuinely thought of not making a video on this series because the Red Sox lost. But I also quickly realized I got to be true with you guys. I got to show you my thoughts, good or bad, whether the team I wanted won or lost. And yes, I have certain biases. We all do. We're humans. I'm not a robot who's just neutral with everything. And anyone who acts like they're not biased is lying to you. Now, look, I remember 4 years ago, the last time the Red Sox and Yankees faced off in this very round, except it was a wild card game instead of a series. I was, of course, nervous, but way more confident. Like, let's just say when the Sox won, I wasn't shocked. Completely different feel for this series. I really didn't have an ounce of a clue of what to expect, like what was going to happen. And I did feel way less confident than 4 years ago. I just felt like the Yankees were due. Like not only can they keep losing in the postseason year after year, but to the Red Sox again for the fourth time in the last 21 years. Plus, they were red hot heading into the playoffs. Yes, it was against the Orioles and White Sox, and then the Orioles again. I get it. It's easier to beat fake teams compared to real ones. But hey, what are you supposed to do against teams like that? Lose to them? They did everything they were supposed to. So combine everything, and it's not that I was 100% thinking the Yankees are going to win this series, because that definitely wasn't it. But I just really didn't know what to expect. And with this being in New York, I was like, this might finally be the Yankees' moment to shine against Boston. But that doesn't mean I wasn't pumped. I was ready for this first Red Sox playoff game in 4 years. How ready, you ask?
Oh, call me SpongeBob. I'm ready.
So off we go, and seriously, the second batter into the game, Trevor Story striking out. In my head, I was like, we're so screwed. Okay, yes, that was me being dramatic, but like, I don't know. I just wasn't confident. Bregman does a nice piece of hitting here, but Fried recovers against a harmless grounder to third. And again, this was just shaping up to be a disaster. Well, mainly in my head, and then add on the fact that Paul Goldschmidt and Aaron Judge could not look any less intimidated against not just the Red Sox ace, but a top 5, top 3 pitcher in the game right now, just immediately hammering baseballs. Lovely. Well, then it happened. One of the greatest lock-ins of the century by Garrett Crochet. Actually, not quite yet, but we're almost there. He strikes out Cody Bellinger, then gets Giancarlo Stanton a ground right into a double play. Well, that fire was put out quicker than the hawk to a girl's career. Great! And then he gets the next 2 hitters out to start the second inning, including Trent Grisham on this 98-mile-an-hour sinker. Crochet cruising along until Anthony Volpe says hi. He swats a 97-mile-an-hour sinker into, I can't even say the short porch, because, just looking at this, you can tell it's not a cheapie, and the numbers back it up. According to the stats, this ball gets out in every single ballpark except one. Can you guess? If you didn't know, can you guess the one? I'm going to give you a second to guess. 3, 2, 1, Fenway Park, because obviously. So it's 1-0 Yankees by them doing what they do best, hitting home runs, and by the guy you'd least expect. Okay, now cue the great lock-in. Garrett Crochet saw what Tarek Skubal did earlier that day with 14 strikeouts, and said, bet. This man, who just got done pitching really his first full season ever. The most innings Crochet had pitched before 2025 was last year, 146. He pitched over 200 innings this year, which led the American League, struck out 255 hitters, which led the world. The Red Sox traded for him for a reason. Then they gave him $175 million for a reason. And games like this show that reason in the most obvious way. He whips his entire balls out and shuts the Yankees down. 11 strikeouts, 3 of them coming in the 5th, where he struck out the side. Trent Grisham down looking. Anthony Volpe, no home run on this swing. Austin Wells, sit down. Aaron Judge, sit down. But here was the issue. The Yankees version of Garrett Crochet, their big money left-handed starter who had a great first year with his new team, was also dominating, and as much as Crochet was, that one home run was all that was going on offensively. And I'll tell you right now, I have never seen a more daunting one run in my entire life. And this just goes back to, I just never felt that confident in this series with the Red Sox. Like, it seemed like they were going to have to go through hell and back to move mountains to survive a season of Squid Game just to get one run, let alone two, to take the lead. I mean, they had some opportunities against Fried that I didn't think for a second they'd cash in on. Sure enough, they didn't. And after 6 shutout innings, I thought that was it. Fried even looked kind of tired too. Some of his pitches kept missing out in a way. He just seemed fatigued. But there was one more hitter Aaron Boone felt comfortable him being out there for, Jarren Duran. And ironically, as tired as Fried seemed, he was able to beat Duran to first base for out number 1. Okay, now he's taken out. In comes the Yankee bullpen, Luke Weaver. Now, the Yankees bullpen is not very good, which on paper, looking at some of the names, you wouldn't think it would be, but they have the 24th best bullpen in baseball this year. In other words, the 6th worst, or is it 7? I don't know. It's like 6, 7.
Say that again?
Point is, not a great bullpen. This is the Yankees' biggest weakness, so time to take advantage of it. But Weaver immediately gets ahead of Cedar Rafaela, 0-2. 11 pitch at bat. He fights back after being down 0-2, gets on base. Up comes Nick Sogard. You talk about a guy most people didn't know his name before the year. He's played some games down the stretch for the Sox. He already smoked a ball off Fried earlier from the right side. Now he smacks this one to right center. Rafaela easily gets to third on this, but Sogard is like, screw this shit, I'm getting a second. He was able to pretty comfortably take second. Like, yeah, it was pretty close, but he was clearly in there. There's actually another layer to this, though. I didn't think about it in the moment, but Judge's arm, it's not 100%. It's not really near 100%, I don't think. There was a little scare earlier this season with that. Something must be up with the Yankees training staff, because it actually happened to Soto, too, last year. His elbow had some issues, so if you're a right fielder in pinstripes, watch out, I guess. But Judge ended up being fine enough to play, and even play right field eventually. He just is being cautious with throwing the ball. So when he fields this, he's not looking to make a strong throw anywhere. Just get it in as quick as possible. So I would imagine there was a little game planning that went into that from the Red Sox side. Like, if a ball is hit around Judge like that, try and take an extra base. That's what Sogard does. So sometimes it's the little stuff that goes the furthest. Doesn't have to always be big.
That's what she said.
Working great at bats for a walk, taking an extra base. Then up comes Masataka Yoshida, who everyone gave up on this year, and I unapologetically never did. Screw everyone else. I'm Team Masa till I die. He had a really good month of September. And, well, it was still September. This game was in the final day of September. So Masa continues right along, takes the first pitch he sees back up the middle. That's 2. Just like that, Sox on top. Fried is no longer in line for a win. Weaver's done. And I mean, the dude's been done. His ERA in September was damn near 10. So he instantly gives up the lead. Crochet still in the game. Again, locked in. 6 pitches, 3 outs. Go to the 8th. Crochet still in. Trent Grisham strikes out for the 3rd time this game. But then Anthony Volpe slams one up the middle. Amazing. The one guy Yankees fans have hated more than anyone this season is the only reason this game is even competitive. Up comes Austin Wells, and Crochet, I think his previous career high in pitches in a game was like 112. How about 117? And how about 100 miles an hour on pitch 117? Ridiculous. Strike 3. That's 11 on the night. Badass. Out he goes. It's time for Chapman to face his old team and try to get a 4-out save. Jose Caballero hits what starts as a little harmless fly ball and turns into something that almost put me in the hospital. Thank God it's not effed up onto the 9th. And that 1-run lead felt like playing with fire. I don't care how great Chapman has been this year. A 1-run lead in a game like this late, you might as well bet on Nick Cannon to win a pullout contest. So Trevor Story knocks his 2nd hit of the game, steals 2nd for Alex Bregman to knock his 2nd hit of the game, a double, huge insurance run that instantly was proven why you need it, because the 9th starts out word for word, bar for bar, how the 1st did. Paul Goldschmidt base hit, Aaron Judge base hit, and the Bellinger at bat was where it changed, because he hits one not even that well. He kind of got jammed, but it lands for a hit. Bases loaded, nobody out, and up comes Giancarlo Stanton. In my head, I'm thinking Stanton's about to hit this to where the old Yankee Stadium used to be. Although I'm pretty sure someone pointed this out once, that a home run isn't in the direction of where the old stadium was. Don't care. You get my point. I mean, this was setting up Stanton to be the hero, and he wanted to be. He had the same thought I did, swinging at every pitch. First 3 were all triple digits before Chapman drops a splitter right down the dick, but Stanton gets fooled. Out in front, strike 3, 1 out. Next up, Chapman just spamming the outside corner with 100. He throws a slider outside. Jazz is in front of it and hits it too shallow for anyone to score. 2 outs. Next up, Trent Grisham, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts too. So I'm thinking, damn it, he's due. No. 101 high and inside. Grisham CO 0 4 with 4 strikeouts on the night. The Yankees load the bases with nobody out. Get nothing out of it. Chapman is fired up. Red Sox win. And there was zero happiness the rest of the way, at least for me. Sid from Toy Story wasn't about to let the Red Sox get off too easy. Rocket into the right field bleachers, 2-0 Yankees. Carlos Rodon rolling right along, 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. Then the Sox got something cooking. Duran with a base hit. Cedar Rafaela works another walk. Nick Sogard puts down a good bunt, and Rodon rushes the throw here, so nobody out. Bases loaded, now 1 out. Trevor Story, he comes through. He had a great series. Base hit, 2-run single. But what happened next is the biggest issue for the Red Sox in this game, and really the rest of this whole series. They just weren't able to come up with that extra hit. Alex Bregman grounds right into an inning-ending double play. Go to the 5th inning. Aaron Judge hits what should be the final out of the inning, except Jarren Duran just misread this ball. Probably overthought it. He probably didn't even need a dive here, but he does, and he doesn't make it. So Yankees back on top. But here we go again. Trevor Story leads off the 6th with a home run. And then Alex Bregman walks. Okay, great. Story driving home every run. You're on the way until Carlos Narvaez grounds into an inning-ending double play. 2 hitters later, just the same constant blue balling. 7th inning, first 2 guys on. Great. Well, then they have Cedar Rafaela bunt, which mainly wasn't a good call because it looked like this is the first time anyone's ever asked Rafaela to bunt in his life. I mean, this was brutal. So there's 1. Then Sogard flies out. Up comes Yoshida pinch hitting again, and he almost comes through again until the Red Sox third base coach and Nate Eaton continue being the ultimate duo of not going home when you should. Earlier this season, Eaton, who was fast and was a pinch runner in that game specifically for that reason against the Orioles, for whatever reason, was not sent home on a ball plenty deep enough that should have been a sacrifice fly. And even if it's not an obvious send, you got to do it. Extra innings, it's the 2nd out. Well, Yoshida knocks one up the middle. Credit to Jazz Chisholm for keeping this in the infield. But then his throw to first gets away. Eaton should have scored here. There were 2 outs. He's already running on the pitch. He's fast. He would have been home so easily. But I mean, this is like Little League type mistakes. And when you make those, forget it. So the game is still tied with 2 outs, and Trevor Story almost comes through again. He just hit this to the worst part of the ballpark, so it's easily out number 3. Next inning, same shit. Alex Bregman leadoff hit. Great. Nope, just a tease. Devin Williams gets a double play. I mean, this team was like a young Drew Barrymore looking at crack, except they were double plays. Yeah, that's who the love interest in Fever Pitch is. Holiday!
Shut the fuck up.
And the rest of this entire series was so predictable, for me at least. Like, I saw it all coming. I felt it all coming. The Red Sox get the first 2 hitters out of the 8th, including Sid from Toy Story, who had only smoked baseballs up to this point, and Giancarlo Stanton. Well, then Jazz Chisholm walks and comes all the way around on this stupid double to right. And of course, it had to end up kind of close too. Like, one moment of Eaton and Wright getting to the ball a little quicker, or Jazz taking a slight moment slower to round 3rd or something, and he's out. But nope, Yankees have the lead, and the Sox go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. Not for 1 second in this game did I feel confident. Winning 2 in a row like this at Yankee Stadium just felt too good to be true. Like, there was no way. And the closer we got to game 3 time, the worse I felt. It just felt to me like it was the Yankees' turn to get the best of Boston. It was inevitable. Cam Schlittler was pumping 101 like it was nothing. I did not know he had that. Shout out Connolly early. Most Red Sox fans didn't even know who this guy was like a month ago. He wasn't really a prospect being talked about much. Comes up, strikes out 11 guys in his debut. He was awesome. And his 4 starts? Well, how about starting a winner-take-all game in Yankee Stadium? Someone said early looks like he escaped from whatever lab the Baltimore Orioles use to grow their white boys. It's so true. And shout out to him. He was great. But again, I had zero confidence in the Red Sox here. Early was awesome, but it's stuff like this that starts rallies. This Cody Bellinger pop-up. Like, if we're in the regular season, if we're in Sacramento, where his debut was, this is the easiest out in the history of outs. But because it's the postseason at Yankee Stadium, this falls for a freaking double. Willie Abreu, after the game, even said this, basically.
It's hard to say because there's too loud, so we couldn't hear.
Did you call it?
Not really.
So freaking predictable. Then Stanton walks. Couple batters later, Amed Rosario smacks this into left, 1-0 Yankees. Then Jazz Chisholm smacks one into right to load the bases up before Anthony Volpe just grounds one perfectly through the hole. Everyone moves up one. It's 2-0. To me, it was 6-0. Then Wells hits this ball. Nathaniel Lowe at first can't field. That's 2 more runs to make it 4-0. To me, it's 10-0. Jimmy Fallon is having the time of his life, and I genuinely didn't realize he was a Yankee fan. I assumed he was a Red Sox fan because of fever pitch. As if I already didn't trust anything from Hollywood. Screw that. I'm never trusting anything from anyone ever again. Screw Earth. Justin Slayton comes into the game, hits Judge on the first pitch, who stares right back at him and kind of walks out like this is Judge's respectful way of trying to intimidate him. Yeah, I guess he and the Yankees have had enough of the Red Sox bullying them. And I mean, there's nothing I can say against that. They were just the better team. They showed that going into the playoffs, and they showed that in this series. They were just built better. Now, yes, the Red Sox had some injuries. I don't want to use that as some sort of coping or an excuse, but it is true that our literal franchise player, Roman Anthony, was out, and some others too. But overall, like, it didn't matter. The Yankees were just better. It's that simple. The Red Sox offense was just completely dead this entire game. Schlittler dominated them, who, by the way, I can already tell I'm going to hate this freaking guy, maybe for a long time. But what can I say? The Red Sox looked uninspired, desperate. Like, what this lineup needs is a big power bat in the middle of the lineup, like another version of David Ortiz. They need some big Dominican who could just crush the Yankees in his sleep. Too bad there hasn't been anyone like that after Ortiz for the Red Sox, because damn it, if there was, they'd have no choice but to hold on to him forever. I mean, this game was over the moment that Bellinger ball dropped. The Yankees just wanted it more. I mean, when your third baseman is sacrificing himself to get outs, it's done. It's over. Pack your bags. You can't compete with that. Aroldis Chapman came into the 8th inning for some reason, I guess just to let them know if this game was closer, they'd be screwed. They're not now, but if it was, like, you guys would be so cooked. He was great, so good for him to cap off a historic year, but yeah, I know what I said in the opening, but I can't not credit the Yankees. I mean, you can't not. They finally did what they haven't done in 21 years. They finally beat the Red Sox. There you go. Congrats. I can't hate Aaron Judge that much. I can't hate him at all. I apologize to him and his wife. We all make mistakes. Nah. Now the question is, if you can do something you haven't done in 16 years, win a ring. But as for the Sox, long off season ahead with a lot that needs to be done. And as for me,
I'm ruined. I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.